was an emotional moment for an entire high school football community.
A team giving one of its highest honors to both a player and a parent. 24-Hour News 8's Larry Figursky is here with more on Muskegon's final #1.
It has been a decade since Muskegon let a player wear that jersey number, and no Big Red will ever do so again. In fact, the last person it was issued to never played a single down.
Touchdown, Muskegon.
He is a key piece of a perennial football state power. Not a star, nor even a starter, but one of its most respected players.
There's no one that works harder than AT. I mean, AT is a teammate. He's a friend. But I tell you, man, he's dependable, and he's gained a lot of people's trust.
A leader to those he plays behind.
He real strong. He keep his head high no matter what's going on around him. That's why I like to talk to him about my problems. He know how to handle situations and be positive about it.
A backup wide receiver and defensive back, Anthony Hall is a special teams stalwart and a straight-A student, a teammate others can turn to.
That's just who I am. I love helping people. I love giving advice. So when I feel like when people come to me, or I can go to them now, it really means a lot.
Even in these, Anthony's most difficult days.
17 years old, but the wisdom of a 40-year-old man, and I kid you not, there's been times he's helped me out.
This past weekend, the Big Reds football team, which has received so much from Anthony, gave something back that brought AT, as he's known, and a community to tears.
We love you, AT.
The son of a pastor, Anthony and his family moved to Muskegon from Tennessee more than a decade ago.
Ministry brought us here.
AT fell in love with football. His mother, Donietta, his biggest fan at almost every single game.
She shut up in the stands over there a little bit, but, you know, she was always here.
But on October 16th, on the night of the Big Reds' biggest game of the year and of AT's senior season, Donietta was unable to attend due to illness.
She hadn't felt good for a couple of days.
Having some chills since that Wednesday.
The Big Reds lost that game, and Anthony and his family lost much more. Donietta died unexpectedly in her sleep that night. She had just turned 35 years old.
It was just unspeakable.
This past weekend, the Big Reds returned to Mona Shores to meet the unbeaten Sailors in a playoff game. On the field, AT so associated with loss, the Big Reds won.
Yes, intercepted.
Afterwards, head coach Shane Fairfield made a special presentation to AT.
It was 3 weeks ago. One of our young men lost his mom this night. And no one ever has worn the Big Red #1.
Not during Fairfield's tenure and not since former head coach Tony Anise took the number out of player circulation more than a decade ago.
And it was everybody always fought over it. And Tony was like, you know, I didn't want one person to think that he was the #1 person, so we've never had it since.
Okay, open that up, son. Everybody, have the #1 jersey again. Okay, his brother will always be #1 Muskegon in our hearts, in his heart. Hey, wherever he goes in college, wherever he goes in his professional life, he'll remember you guys and his mom being #1. Yes, we love you, AT.
Big Red football is more than just a football. It's more like a family, so it meant a lot. It really touched my heart. I know my teammates that care about me.
What was your reaction when you saw what they did for him?
I cried. I watched as much as I could, and then I couldn't watch anymore. You know, just to see the love that the kids and the coaches and the Muskegon staff showed as a whole, it was phenomenal.
To let him know we care, that we here for him. We all grew up together. We faced the same struggles. We stick together. We gonna get through it. That's all it's about, family.
The #1 now hanging on a wall in Anthony's home, officially retired, not for a player, but for a mom. What do you think she would think of what they did for him and the way he's handled this?
Overjoyed. Overjoyed.
What do you think it would mean to your mom?
I know she's smiling down right now.
Boy.
Anthony says he has no doubt that his mom will be with him in Lowell Friday night when the Big Reds face the Red Arrows in the state quarterfinals.
What a
Great
moving
gesture.
story,
Yeah.
yes.
And they were planning on going back to Tennessee after he graduated, so not so sure that'll happen now. Things have changed, but great kid, got a bright future.
Yeah, boy, and an inspiration to his teammates.
Yes, he is. And
Really
usually
fun.
when your star players are your captains, this is a guy everybody looks up to who's, not one of the star players. That says a lot.
Sure
Nice story.
does.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.